Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time since I've done anything. Um, yeah, I'm back to Wartune. But for anybody that follows me on Facebook on my Thethrell page will know that I'm not using my Thethrell account anymore. I'm letting my girlfriend use that because the account that she used to have on her server closed. And she actually started playing my Thethrell account for a few months, which actually got me starting to want to play again with her. So I pulled out this alt that I used to only use for tanks, and yeah, it's been quite a challenge working it up. I've been playing a little over 2 months now, so you can see I've done quite a bit of work on it. Got knighted, got some good sylphs and stuff. I had absolutely nothing on this account. I think it was 107k BR. It was I had like one blue sylph with nothing in it, and one blue iris. It was just a really low account, but been working hard at it and having a lot of fun. And I've been getting, since I've been back, a lot of people have already been asking me, can you make videos? And it's taken me a little bit of time before I wanted to get back into that. Like I said, anybody that follows me will know what's been going on with me. I was attacked by a dog a few months ago, and my mouth got really messed up, and it's a bit hard for me to talk, so if my voice sounds a little bit strange, then I apologize for that, but I'm working with what I can. Still having some problems, lip swelling up and stuff like that from the reconstructive surgery. But with this new patch out, I really wanted to get some information out to you guys, so I'll probably do a couple of videos here real quick. And this first one that I want to do is just to introduce you guys to this new version 7.0. So what I'm going to start out doing was we'll pull up the update notice and go through each of these little things. New system, willpower. Willpower is going to be synthesized using the required Eudemons. This is merged Eudemons. And just the same as when the sylphs came out, you are limited to what you can do. There are certain requirements you have to make and stuff like that, but I'll get more into that as I go through different things on here. New system, Eudemon Signet. This is actually where you get the stuff for willpower to merge your Eudemons. I'll do a separate video on that event itself. You can see the tab up here, and I'll get more into that later. New dungeon, Endless Abyss. This is kind of like Skytrail, except it's for Eudemons. I'll do a video on that as well later on. Experience system has been added to replace starters welfare. That's this down here. This has a lot of good things on that. I've already finished most of the stuff, and most of you guys will just go ahead and click through it, but really read what you're clicking on. Let me go ahead and open that to show you what I'm talking about. You build this XP thing here based on how many points you collect. As you can see, some things you can just collect once you reach the requirement, and then some of them also have an item you can purchase next to it. Now, if you purchase this item, it doesn't give you any of these points here, and this is where you get the points. So where it says here, fixed reward, 20 XP value, when you collect this, then you'll get an extra 20 points here. There's all kinds of free stuff that you can collect along while you're doing this, some stuff that you can purchase, some really good things in here. But be careful what you're clicking on here, because once these are gone, they're not going to come back. And so I know one thing that several people have just clicked right by is you'll get a quest, and one of the quests up here for growth will be to complete knighthood. And once you do that knighthood, you can collect some bound balance. But in the buy section over here, the purchase section, there's 6-month VIP for about $24, which is a really good freaking price. So if you're at all a spender, if you do VIP, this is a really cheap way to do it. And there's VIP packs down here and stuff for like $1 and stuff like that. So watch this stuff and don't just click away anything without being absolutely sure that you don't want it, because if you lose out on that 6-month VIP, it doesn't come back. So anyway, once these build rewards, you can collect free stuff here. It'll say purchase for 0 balance. I'm not VIP 8, so I can't actually collect this one yet until, you know, a few months, whatever I make VIP 8. But anyway, yeah, there's different things for different stuff here. As you can see, I've cleared most of the stuff already, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will just quickly clear most of this stuff. But really watch what you're clicking away, that you're not going to lose a good reward. But anyway, back to this thing. Okay, Dimension War has been updated. Now this, a lot of the stuff has changed, and if you read what the information that the game put out about dimensions, then it can be a little bit confusing, and if you just go in and try to run around, it can be a little confusing. I will do a video on this later. I have an expert dimension that I'm ready to open up and talk through you guys, because it can be a little bit confusing, but in my opinion, it can be a lot faster. Some of the rewards have been nerfed, so like for bosses, you're not going to get as much rewards, but it can go a lot faster, and I like it. It's a lot more interesting than the old system. Okay, new system, clothing refinement. This basically enhances the stats on the clothing that you already have, and you need these special clothing refinement stones. I haven't seen them anywhere yet. They were probably waiting until everybody got the patch to start integrating them into events and stuff like that, but there's some good stuff on that. A little bit more about that later. New event, gift box. Invite your friends to share your joy, blah 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 blah. I'll do a video on that later once the event happens, but what they're talking about is gift box is now in this in the Magic Inn. Enter in, and you'll see this little thing over here, unlock time 12:30 to 1 and 7:30 to 8, and if you click on here, open that up, you can see there's party stuff going on here, and this is what I'll get into later about exactly what to do with these once that event starts later. But this basically will give you the food and stuff for upgrading your dudes over here. So yeah, we'll get more into that later. Back to this thing. Okay, more devotion quests. It may look a little bit confusing, but it's actually a lot easier to get more devotion now. They've added more things to that. Over here, they've added these 3 things, which is nice. They added speed clearance, which is nice. I mean, it's a daily thing you got to do anyway, so it is a lot easier to get your 300 devotion every day, to get those, you know, ever treasured bound Balins. Okay, back over here. Basic talent stone. I can't really show you what that is because I've got my talents maxed since I'm knighted. But this is for your before you're knighted, you have to get, you know, all your talents maxed, your basic and your advanced talents, and there are these stones that instead of having to sit there and spend XP and gold, you just click with one of those stones. I haven't seen them around yet, so I guess that's another thing that they're waiting to add into events or something like that. New title, Royal Defender. This is when you have all Eudemons. Some people on my server were kind of complaining about that, you know, asking people, how did you get that title? I have all the Eudemons, I don't have the title. It doesn't suddenly pop up in the system announcement. If you have it, if you had all Eudemons when this patch went into effect, then most likely you have the title. Just go into your titles and check for it. I don't have all the Eudemons yet. I'm still missing that expensive blood demon, so I don't have it, but most likely if you have all Eudemons, just go and check your titles and you probably have it without even realizing you got it. Game loading's been optimized. Yeah, we hear that all the time. And some translations have been modified. Yeah, we hear that all the time. Okay, so going along here, you'll notice also, well, you guys have probably all had this for the past week and been able to click on it. If you click for more details, it will open up this page right here, and there is actually some good information on here. It can tell you how long you've been playing, blah 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 blah, when Wartune was first launched, which kind of cracks me up because I had somebody the other day telling me they've been playing for 7 years, and I tried saying the game hasn't even been around for 5 years yet, but some people like to, you know, whatever. But anyway, so you can click on these tabs and they'll take you to separate pages. that give a little bit more information about different things. There's the Willpower, Endless Abyss, Dimension War, and Clothing Refinement. So you guys can go read through that stuff on your own if you want. There's actually some good information on there, but like I said, for the Dimension War, it is actually a little confusing, and they do have wrong information in there. So now, Willpower, you'll see this new tab down here, and if I click on that, we can wait. Okay, and so as of right now, you can only make 2 possible merged Eudaimons, and it tells you the requirements right here. You have to have a Sacred Knight and a Battle Oracle, and they have to be at least level 10. And then here's the materials you need, these memory crystals and demonic blood, and you get those from Signet. And like I said, I'll show you that in just a minute. But yeah, and then okay, here you should have more than 1 Eudaimon of a specific type. I think the reason that they say that is that for things like Eudaimon Patrol, if you only have 1 Battle Oracle and 1 Sacred Knight, and then you merge them into a Void Emissary, you won't be able to do certain things in Eudaimon Patrol because you won't have a Battle Oracle or a Sacred Knight anymore. So I think it's recommending that you have more than 1, just so that you don't, lose out on other things. But that's really up to you what you want to do. You have to be level 10 or higher. Requires 2 Eudaimons, met all the requirements. Yeah. Now here's where things get important. The Willpower will inherit the main Eudaimon's equipment. So for me right now, I have a level 11 Battle Oracle. I'm still working on Sacred Knight because it's not really one that I was using, and being a fairly new player, I'm still trying to build things. So but if I get that Sacred Knight up to level 10, then when I go to merge them, it will take my Battle Oracle's gear, and as you can read here, part of the consumables used by the sub-Eudaimon's equipment will be returned. So the stuff that you have put into the Sacred Knight, you'll get back. Willpower will get the training materials used by the main and the sub-Eudaimon. That's kind of a big thing. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, and nobody's able to do this yet because of these things. But it should be interesting. We'll see how this works out. And for the other one, the Angel of Light, it requires a Sanctuary Hunter and a Scourge Mage, of course, both level 10 and same requirements. So there you have it for that. There's these other tabs, but you can't click on them yet to see exactly what they do or how to do these. Now, XP Wheel. You will get I don't know anything about this yet because, like I said, nobody can do it yet, and you can't click on it to view it. But this is where the Endless Abyss, the Eudaimon dungeon, comes into play. You get the items for this XP wheel. I believe I have some in my vault, but we can look at the other thing in a minute. Okay, so Eudaimon Signet. As you can see, these rewards will change, but here's some of those things that you need. Demonic Blood. You can get some Book of Wisdoms, which is nice because these are really hard to get. I'm not going to go too much into this right now because I'm going to do a separate video on that. But yeah, here's where you get some of these things. And you can read that on your own later, or just check out my other video for that. Now, let me see. Endless Abyss, you have to go to Outlands. For those that are just getting this patch today, you'll notice that any dimensions you had open were returned to you, and you still got all the rewards for it, which I thought was kind of nice because normally Wartune just screws you in any way they can, but you get all the stuff back. Okay, so go to Titan City where you have your normal time portal and Titan Temple, and now you'll notice this little extra thingy over here, Endless Abyss, and we'll go ahead and click on that. And so basically the way this works is you have 4 Eudaimons you can set up, and the way to set up which ones you want to use and the party formation or whatever is set willpower. And there, you can use whatever Eudemons, set it how you want, blah 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 blah. You have 4 Eudemons. You're going to control one, which is why it says P1 there, and then Com 1, Com 2, Com 3. The computer's going to control these other ones. Now I'm on level 1. Naturally, all of you will be on level 1. And over here where it says bosses this round, 1 boss to challenge, and it tells you which boss it's going to be. Jersey, you can't click on it or anything. The only thing you can do is challenge it. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm actually at like level 5 or something. I haven't been bothering much with this, but I'll just cover this for you really quick. The way this works is you start out with your 4 Eudemons. You start out against 1 boss. If you beat it, then it moves on to 4 Eudemons and 2 bosses, and then and then if you beat that, it goes to 3 bosses and then 4 bosses. So it ends up being 4 against 4, and then if you beat that, you fight 4 bosses again, but they remove one of your Eudemons. And then you fight 4 more with only 2 Eudemons. And then the final fight that you have to beat, you'll have 4 of these bosses against just 1 Eudemon. And once you start challenging this, you can't change your Eudemons or anything. So make sure you have the setup that you want, or else, you know, you might end up losing. Now, if you do lose a fight, you do get to keep trying it again and again and again. If you get close, there are a few times that I've lost a fight and then I was like, well, you know what, I was doing this wrong, or I wasn't paying attention, whatever, and I went back and beat it. So you know, don't be afraid to give it a few tries, but this thing does take a while. The nice thing is, as you'll see here, if you challenge, boom, you can blitz it, and each stage is 30-second blitz. If you happen to have Spirit Covenant, sometimes it takes a minute to pop up here. The first time I clicked on blitz, it took like 10 minutes to pop up, but you can do the cooldown on there. And another nice thing is, some of the stages, there's one of them that has Yaros mixed in here, and Yaros, as you know, has all these buffs on himself to reduce damage and all that kind of stuff. And so I was having a really hard time beating the final stage of that level. I went back in the next day, and as I was doing it, Yaros was not in my final fight. So it does change every day, so, you know, don't get disheartened if you can't beat a certain stage. Just try it again the next day. You might get a different boss. Might take a few days to end up getting a different boss if there's one in particular you're having trouble with. But you know, just keep plugging it at this, and as you yeah, this damn thing's still not popping up. But as you get it, you'll start getting those items for this XP wheel, and you can just, you know, throw them in your vault is what I've been doing with them. Okay, so let's get back out of here. What else was there? Did I cover everything? Got the willpower, Eudemon Signet, Endless Abyss. There we go. Okay, so I'll go ahead and speed that up, and here you go. You get some skill scrolls. One scroll per, not per level, but for each level inside the level, and 1 wheel gear. And here's what those things look like. You used to spin the XP wheel once. So start getting a stack of those by the time you get a merge still, if you have a ton of those things. Yeah. Okay, so enough about that. Experience system, covered that. Dimension War, I'll just do a whole video on that dang thing. Clothing refinement, I'll go open that up in just a moment. Gift box, devotion quests, talents, blah blah blah. Okay, so last thing left. Is clothing refinement. There we go. See, there's a new tab up there. You click on that. All looks nice, but don't know where to get these dang things. Doesn't tell you anything about it when you hold your cursor over it. But you need these refinement stones. it will level up, and you can choose which one you want it to level up. I believe you can select which one you want it to level up. Yeah, see it glows purple there, and then you'll refine it, and it will basically add stats to, you know, whatever you have there. And if you're thinking you want to just max out on one at a time, they you know, like for me, maxing out on the intelligence might be nice, but the way they've set this up is for every 10 levels, it will stop until the other ones match it. So once I hit level 10 on this, I'll have to get level 10 on these other 3 before I can get level 11 on this one. But we'll see more about that and exactly how that works. There's some good information on the help page for this, and yeah, so more to come about that later on. If you have any questions for me, as always, you know, you can always just comment on my video or go to my Thethrell page on Facebook and shoot me a message or whatever you want to do, and I'll do my best to try to get you guys answers. I want to thank all you guys since I came back a couple months ago and let everybody know that I was returning. I've had a lot of support from you guys. It's been really nice. You haven't been keeping me too busy spamming me with messages yet, but I kind of assume that once I start getting videos out that I'll be getting more messages on stuff. But you know, I've got a baby now, and so I'm kind of busy doing that a lot of the time, taking care of her a lot of the time. But I always do my best to try to get answers for you guys, you know, whenever you have questions. So if there's anything at all, just shoot me a message, and thank you for joining me.